Yeah, welcome everyone. So, first of all, I would like to invite anyone who wants to share anything on Kabir, whatever you may have read or come across, any doha, any couplet, or any bhajan that you may have come across. Those of us who want to share right now, and those of us who want to come later, share reflections, that is also fine. Yeah. So, anything anyone would like to share first? Yes, Chiki ji.
Hi.
Hi.
Uh, I was listening the other day to, in fact, for the last few days, I've been listening to Abida singing Kabir. And there are some of the most brilliant couplets there. But what stuck with me, and I think because it applied to me and I needed it, was Malik Mile Suburi Mein. And that is, most of us, I struggle with it hugely. Suburi is like, please give me a break. But that's the one thing that stuck, and I seem to try and apply it with, almost everything now. And somewhere it seems to work. I don't know how it works, but it works. Because otherwise, we're giving ourselves timelines of, acha, it has to happen by now. If it doesn't, means God's plan has failed and everyone has failed, and it's. But to actually have that suburi to wait, that it's not going to happen in your time, that is going to happen in the Malik's time.
Mm,
That is something I think just so applied to me. So applied to me.
beautiful. So, would you like to also reflect upon what does it mean by Malik? What does the word Malik signify for you?
Malik for me signifies life. Malik for me signifies the one over and above everything else. That's really what it signifies for me, because to me, life is also, when we say flow with it and don't get stuck, it's like when it doesn't happen the way we want it to happen, we have a serious I have a very serious problem. I don't know about anyone else. And it's just to accept what life is throwing at you and to be able to find peace in even that. That's what it Malik to me, that's what Malik means, because to me life is given by the Malik.
So, you said a beautiful thing. I think you gave the answer almost to what I was asking. You said that to be able to accept whatever life is throwing at you and
Yeah,
to take it in a right attitude and to find peace with it. So there is the catch for me, personally,
yeah,
that this peace in the middle of all confusion
yeah,
is Malik for all of
yeah,
us.
yeah,
Yeah, beautiful.
absolutely.
Yeah, beautiful. And जो आपने कहा, that Malik मिले सबूरी में, so most of the times what happens that if something or the other in external life situations is not happening according to me or my mental plan, I postpone my peace to future, saying that once that happens, then I will
Then,
be at peace.
yeah,
And
only
there we,
then.
yeah. So this is the
So,
cleverness of the ego. And if
yeah,
we are lucky, if we are able to, in certain phases of life, if we talk to ourselves and tell us that no matter whether that happens or not, I need to be peaceful right away.
now,
Yeah,
now,
yeah.
not when it happens and how it happens. And it's just, acceptance of the way life is, whatever life is dealing out to you.
That's really beautiful. Thank you for sharing that. Yeah. So, anyone else, anything that you have read or come across which resonated by Kabir or anything, anybody, would you like to share? So, yeah,
Monica.
yes,
I'm
go.
Monica. Hi again. So I'm glad that I'm going to be seeing you thrice a week, I guess, every Monday, Wednesday, and Saturdays. Uh, this one especially, I remember learning Kabir ke dohe in school, right? And I don't think we knew what it meant. And just in the morning, I was sharing with my son that, literature exposes us to the reality of life, any literature, English or Hindi. और जैसे आज मैं दोहे का एक सेशन अटेंड करने वाली हूँ, and I'm looking forward to it. I just want to go back to my childhood और वही book के pages I want to remember और वही दोहे. Do you mind if I switch on my video also?
Please go ahead.
I thought there's some protocol that let
No,
it
no. So
make it network.
everybody is free to switch on the video. That would be interesting.
I connect better when we look at each
Yeah,
other.
yeah.
It's the picture or the name. So I just wanted to join. I want to connect with Kabir also because yes, हमने बचपन में कबीर बहुत सुना है और हमें I remember a teacher हमें learn करवाती थी कि पूरा memorize करो and then but the true essence, yes, now we understand. And the past few days of the workshops that I attended, I got to hear a lot of Kabir ke dohe from you. So I want to learn more, and I want to revisit my school and revisit Kabir and understand. I do have books. I have heard Abida a lot singing Kabir, but the way Chiki ji just shared about Kabir, I don't think I've actually got deep into those words. I'm sure I'm going to listen to her again, and especially after this session, and get hold of my books that I have on Kabir and Rahim so that I can relate better. So, yes, I want to learn more. I don't want to stop learning. So, I'm here to learn more about Kabir and whatever essence we can derive and the flavor of the true doha so that we can live better and the peace to be at the top. Yes.
Thank you for sharing, Komla ji. Thank you. Yeah. So I'm putting a doha in chat window for all of us to see, and let's reflect upon that. कबीरा कलह अरु कल्पना सत संगति से जाए दे सम मिसप्रिंट सैट संगति कबीरा कलह अरु कल्पना सत संगति से जाए दुख बासे भागा फिरे सुख में रहा समाए. So he's saying कि जो भी all the confusions and conflicts that we have, the miseries and the sufferings that we have, how does that dissolve or disappear? By sat sangat. And as I was sharing in the sessions also, that the biggest or the baddest sangat for us is the sangat of our own mind. Nobody else has to come and sit and talk to me and gossip about it. This constant gossip goes on and on and on, and we are not even able to see that, right? So this is the biggest kusangat. कबीर कलह और कल्पना सत संगत से जाए दुख बासे भागे फिरा सुख में रहा समाए. So let's take a pause and reflect upon it, and then we can share our reflections.
Yeah, hi Monica. I was just wondering, just wanted to know, like, I wanted to go deeper into this, but I was not getting the time a bit. But now, since I want to do it online, any site you can tell me where I can read more of Kabir and understand more of it, you can share the link in the maybe in the group.
Yes, yes. So there are many sites which have reflections, or not really reflections, I would say more translations are there
Yeah, even that would help, Monica.
Yeah. So एक तो अजब शहर and Kabir project, if you type on Google, then
Okay.
it will take you to links for Kabir ji's songs and bhajans and their translations. Ajab Shahar and Kabir project, anything
Okay.
you can type.
Okay.
So I think that's a good enough start for you to
Mm-hmm.
go deeper.
Okay, thank you.
So would anyone, and again, there is no right and wrong reflection. So feel free, even if you feel that I may not be completely right, it's just for our own reflection, because these dohas or couplets, these are so deep that it's not possible that we touch the essence completely in one session. So we'll be just happy with touching, even if a bit of truth we are able to touch here. So it's okay. Allow yourself to share whatever is coming to your mind. Yeah.
Monica, you were saying that the mind is the worst enemy. Somewhere I don't agree with it, because I spend a lot of I live in the mountains. I spend a lot of time by myself. I read a lot, that's different. But it also gives me a huge opportunity to reflect, to just sift out stuff and to see how, and no one really knows me better than I know myself. If one person knows us even half as much, we're very lucky. And fortunately, I'm blessed with a friend. Exactly so. And once we were talking about how, you were saying we need a friend who will tell us the truth. And that's very important. But I don't believe the mind is a very powerful thing. If we start thinking correctly, it actually makes us sift out a lot of things that we don't need. And without that, I don't think it's even possible to, take a step forward. But if I keep giving myself, that's again happens when I'm looking at myself very honestly.
Beautiful, beautiful.
You
I
know, I
think,
need I
yeah,
need to look at myself very honestly and not give myself excuses for anything that I know is actually incorrect, but I'm giving myself excuses for it. And my way is I ask myself, like, why are you giving yourself this excuse? It's different, but you're you're giving yourself stories. So stop the drama. And
totally.
that somehow seems to work for me. I don't know how it works for
No,
everyone
I
else.
think I completely buy what you're saying, Chikkiji. And it's usually when we talk about man is the biggest kusangat, it's about the ordinary human consciousness. We
Okay.
are usually not able to use the mind well.
Yeah.
That is the
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
So I think imagine that, I have a tool, and it's a very good digging tool. Now with the same digging tool, I can also begin to do murders. So I have the tool with me, which is the mind. But what do I use it for? If I use it for coming closer to truth, as you said, looking at the facts and falsehoods very, very intensely and closely, I think that's the biggest gift that can be there. And yet we don't usually use it as a gift. It becomes more of a burden. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Because
completely
that's
with
also
you.
because we're bullshitting ourselves all the time. That image we've built of ourselves is so vital to our own survival that we never question ourselves. I mean, the rules that apply for me don't apply for everybody else. For everybody else, there's a different rule, but for me, there's a completely different rule. I mean, we have to ask ourselves, why are we doing this to ourselves? For what joy in life? I mean, why? Anyway.
Beautiful. I think this why questioning is such a big tool that has been given to us. Children are born with an innate sense of questioning, unless we as parents dump that questioning in some years, of conditioning. But otherwise, as adults, the only thing that many, many things bad happen to us as adults. But I think one of the things that happen is that we stop questioning. First of all, questioning the society and the rules and the, systems, and also our own self. Why on earth am I thinking the same way again and again and again? What makes me act in the same way again and again? What is it giving me actually? What is the benefit? So अगर हम अपने फायदे की भी बात करना शुरू करें, if we truly become selfish and see that it's not benefiting me, I think there also we will see a lot which needs to be shed off. Yeah, so totally with you. Yeah. So rest of us, Maya ji, Komla ji, Gurpreet ji, Taru, anything on this couplet that has been shared in the chat window?
Yeah, Monica, I'll go. So basically, Kabira Kala Aru Kalpana Set Sangati Se Jai, Sat Sangati Se Jai. So basically, again, it's like how Sangati is considered really big, right? Like I was attending an Upanishad session that day, and in that, the one who's teaching, he said, there was a question by a disciple to a guru. That's how Upanishads are, hai na? They're in a question and answer form. So the Shishya asked, what is the most important thing that we can do for our growth, in this way in spiritual journey? So the answer was Sat Sangati. Like, because you will become who you are with, and like your thoughts, and it's not just people, but whatever is in and around you. So it's saying Kala and Kalpana, the world that we live in, the illusionary world of so many things that we think are important in our life, would go from Sat Sangati, matlab Sangati of the truth, right? Sat Sangati, say it would go, and दुख बा से भगा भगा फिरे दुख सुख में रहा समाये. So how the dualities are always kind of playing on us. Now we don't want the so-called negatives, and we run towards the positives, especially when we start on this path. It's like usually it's kept as a low, kind of a hanging fruit कि अरे स्वर्ग मिलेगा, अरे मतलब you have to kind of, I somehow feel के lure people in, because otherwise the patterns are so strong that it's hard to break that flow. कि why would anybody want to pause? Why would anybody want to stop? ठीक चल रहा है, दुख हो रहे हैं, सभी दुखी हैं, stress सबकी life में है. So basically, but when you actually start living in the company of truth, and you realize that, actually I was living in the false. So that is one thing that can break that cycle and can urge you to pause, that a lighter living, like we say, is a possibility. And we can rise above the dualities of dukh and sukh and work towards joy or peace, like whatever. Yeah, thank you.
Beautiful. Yeah. Anyone else would like to share? I think one thing which is also very obvious here is जब कलह, जो हम कलह की बात करते हैं, वो जब आती है हमारे जीवन में, तो वो कलह बन के आती नहीं है. वो रूप जो लेके आती है वो कुछ दूसरा ही रूप होता है. फॉर एग्जाम्पल, मैरिज, kids, relationships, when they are entering our life, they promise something really beautiful. It's over time that they show their real face. I'm not saying every marriage is bad or every relationship is bad, not like that. But where we start from, we usually, as human beings in ordinary consciousness, we start with a sense of incompletion. बहुत खाली फील हो रहा है, बहुत सूना सूना फील हो रहा है, चलो शादी कर लो. तो ऐसा लगता है कि अगर शादी कर ली और बच्चे हो गए तो कुछ मिल जाने वाला है, और बाद में पता लगता है कि what a big obligation on my head now, what a big responsibility on my head, what a big burden on my head. So ये जो कलह बन के आती है, ये स्टार्टिंग में कलह की तरह दिखती नहीं है. And that is why, look at our weddings, big fat Indian weddings. How do we celebrate our weddings, and what happens usually after weddings? Most of the times we have to undergo this role of getting really suffocated in marriages. It happens with most of us, unless some of us have the courage to now break through those roles and live a freer and better life. So when the kalah comes to life, it does not come as kalah, and that is why we are fooled. क्योंकि मैं बैठी हूं एक lack में, I am living in a sense of lack, that there is something from external world which can fulfill me. So I'm looking, I'm seeking, I'm sensing through my senses. And that is why Kabir says, be aware of the senses. Be aware of your senses. Because if I have a beggar within me always wanting to complete itself, it will always depend on the senses कि कुछ आ जाए attractive जो मेरे जीवन को भर दे ना. वो starting में आता है attractive बन के, but the roop it takes, the real face it shows up after some time, it's just a very big burden. It's very easy to sign a contract of marriage, but how hard it is to get a divorce. So I would say I don't have anything against marriages again, but still, the usual state of our married lives, it's not a very beautiful face that we have there. It's very obvious. I'm not making it up. Yeah? Most of the troubles begin after getting married. So this, first of all, we have to see that this Kalay and Kalpana किस चीज की करते हैं? कुछ आएगा मेरे जीवन में या कुछ चला जाएगा मेरे जीवन में जब मैं पीसफुल हो जाऊंगा. So I am postponing my peace to future. I think we started with that, the thing that Chiki ji shared in the beginning itself, we don't have to keep on waiting for anything to be peaceful right now. And any action that is to emerge must emerge out of a sense of I am enough. Now, what do I want to do? What is the right step in any direction? Knowing that I am enough. Knowing that I am complete. What is the right direction for me to take? How can I refine myself further? How can I purify myself further? So I am enough is a state of inner being. But the outer consciousness, our vrittis and tendencies, they are in a very bad shape. So this is the transition. This is the walk that we have to walk, from inner to outer. So I understand in effect what Kabirji is saying, but when the tendencies show up, I'm not able to do anything. This is the walk, from the inner to outer, that the light has to reach. This is our task. Yeah. And then he says, Sat Sangati se jaye. Now, Sat Sangat, anything that relieves me from the bonds of time is a Sat Sangat. Sat is that which only is, that which forever is, that which can never be born or die away. So that which relieves me, such kind of words of illumination and truth, which relieve me of miseries of time. Past is time, future is time. We are bound in time as if. So that Sangat, those words which relieve me of this illusory misery of time which has been created in my head, that is to be done. Sat Sangat. Dukh baase bhaga fire. So वहां से दुख भाग जाता है. दुख होता ही क्या है? दुख क्या है? इस पे भी we can talk about it. What is dukh? What do we usually call as dukh? Let's first discover this and then go to the second line. Yeah. So I would invite reflections on what is dukh for you. Yeah.
All unfulfilled desires.
Dissatisfaction, we can say. Expectations not fulfilled. So we get sad or dukhi.
Beautiful. Yeah. Yeah. Both of you. Yes. Anyone else? What is dukh for you?
Actually, we don't realize dukh भी बहुत heavy duty word है. It's not that simple. मतलब बहुत कुछ बहुत बड़ा या भयंकर होने से लगता है कि दुख जैसा लॉस ऑफ अ लव्ड वन आई कैन से इज दुख. मतलब सबसे बड़ा दुख शायद जो इनएविटेबल है, वी कांट अवॉइड इट वन और द अदर टाइम. हाँ, दैट ब्रिंग्स अ लॉट ऑफ सैडनेस एंड डिस्पेयर कि ऐसा क्यों हुआ. बट इवेंचुअली आई थिंक उसको भी हम ओवरकम कर लेते हैं. बट एक डे टू डे लाइफ में डिससेटिस्फैक्शन, एक्सपेक्टेशन पूरा नहीं होना ऑल्सो कॉजेज द काइंड ऑफ सैडनेस और मिजरी, एंड वी कॉल इट कि बहुत बहुत दुखी हूँ, या दैट वर्ड इज वेरी हैवी वैसे। अब समझ में आता है कि ऐसे इतने आम हमें नहीं यूज कर लेना चाहिए कि ना, मतलब इट मीन्स अ लॉट, इट मीन्स अ लॉट, बट हम बहुत कैजुअली कुछ चीजें बोल देते हैं। सो आई थिंक दीज थिंग्स मीन दुख।
Beautiful. Yes, very true. Yes, Gurpreet ji.
Monica, I think for me it is like looking at the lacks of my life, what all I have lacked. But usse bhi bada dukh is the inability to come out of it. I understand it perfectly. Uh, I understand the whole thing. Joby, whatever you always in all your sessions that you say, but kitna struggle had to come out of that. So for me, that is the biggest. When I talk of suffering and dukh, for me, it is only this. Probably right now, I'm not fully equipped to come out of this. So for me, this is the greatest dukh. Yeah.
Beautiful. So you are saying that you have a little bit of understanding of where you should be right now, but in effect, when you look at your day-to-day life, you are not there, right? And this
Yeah.
is the dukh. Yeah,
Not fully there. Of
not
course,
fully
I have
there.
improved, but
Yeah.
yes, not fully there.
So this walk from inner to outer जिसकी बात हो रही थी कि
Yes.
understanding है, but वो daily life में दिखता नहीं है ना?
Yeah, yeah.
दुख है.
वो काफी, I think काफी efforts होते हैं उसमें. Walking towards is a great deal of thing, and it's not a single thing that we need to look upon. It, I mean, बहुत broad है. This thing is very broad, जहाँ every moment you are being checked. और कितनी life situations coming in. जैसे currently, if I can share thoda sa, probably this is the platform I can. As you know, my son was, 9th May ko uski wedding is there. The date has been fixed and all, but now he's not being able to fly from Canada because 1 month lockdown and all of that. So I was really looking forward to this event because, like, इसलिए नहीं because ये मेरे बेटे की शादी है, not from that point of view. I've really lacked upon all of those, celebrations and relationships in life. So this was one very big thing coming in my life. So now a situation is like this that he'll not be able to fly in, and the girl is flying over there in a week, and this has happened so suddenly कि मुझे लग रहा है कि today morning only I was discussing with my daughter कि ये pointers क्या है मेरी life में. मतलब जब when I got married, the only thing that I desired was a beautiful loving family, and that was the only thing that was omission सिर्फ वही था. And then उसके बाद तो खैर many things followed, and उसके बाद my son and daughter, I tried to find my happiness in them all. पूरा उनकी तरफ मेरा वो था concern था कि just looking after them. Then my son left, then my daughter left, void, right? I was dealing with that. Now son ki wedding ho rahi, a big thing for me, a celebration and everything. So everything was directed towards that. Or ab achanak all of a sudden, a week back, I get to know, okay, this is also not happening. So I'm like, what is life pointing at? So ye jo hota hai na, constant इसको ऑब्जर्व करना और दुख को ना फील करना, वो अंडरस्टैंडिंग डेवलप करना, दैट इज समथिंग व्हेन आई से कि वो मैं फुली इक्विप्ड नहीं हूँ अभी. ऑफ कोर्स वो अंडरस्टैंडिंग धीरे धीरे बढ़ रही है, नो डाउट, and people like you are such a great help, and it's such a support from all of you, but of course ye dukh bhi, I mean it's not easy. That is all I want to say. Yeah,
Beautiful, beautiful. देखो गुरप्रीत जी, मेरे को तो यहाँ पे उम्मीद ही उम्मीद दिख रही है. मतलब once upon a time a friend of mine, उसके घर पे ना डकैती हो गई.
yeah.
दिन दहाड़े लूट हो गई.
I know you mentioned it.
I think I mentioned it. I was the happiest person when I heard about this, because I knew the state of understanding that she was already in. I knew कि इससे जो इसको learning मिलनी है ना, इससे जो re-anchoring होनी है within, no usual satsangat can be compared to that.
Yeah.
And it happened. It was a big milestone in her life. And just like that with other friends also, you know, when the tragedy has struck, it has been depending on your state of aspiration again, you know, that if you are ready to take it in a right attitude,
Yeah.
how much of a big blessing it can be, you have no idea. This is, I think, हमें हमारी जो गिफ्ट्स की देने की आदत है ना हमारे, कि अच्छे से सुंदर पैक करके शाइनी ग्लिटरी, यू नो, दिस इज अ गिफ्ट. बट जो भगवान हमें गिफ्ट देता है वो यूजुअली आते इसी दुख के पैकेजिंग में है. बट दे आर ह्यूज ब्लेसिंग्स, दे आर ह्यूज ब्लेसिंग्स, बिकॉज चाहते ना चाहते हुए हम अपने आप को बाहर की तरफ एंकर करना चाहते हैं. हमें नहीं पता हम कर रहे हैं कि अगर ये होगा तो मैं खुश, अगर ये हो जाए तो मैं खुश. बार बार हम बाहर की तरफ हम एंकर करना चाहते हैं. और ये थपेड़ों से बार बार ये पता लगता है कि भैया यू डिजर्व बेटर, यू डिजर्व बेटर, यू डिजर्व बेटर. तो लगता वो थप्पड़ की तरह है, बट वो जो देना चाह रहे हैं हमें, उसका हमें अंदाजा भी नहीं है कि वो हमें क्या देना चाह रहा है. क्योंकि अभी हमने उसका स्वाद चखा नहीं है ना. एक बार आपको स्वाद आपने चख लिया उसका, जो भगवान आपको देना चाह रहा है इन सारे थपेड़ों से, मुझे लगता है फिर वो बाहर से उम्मीद मर जाती है. और वो बहुत अच्छी चीज है, अगर बाहरी चीजों से उम्मीद मर जाए ना, तो ये बहुत अच्छी चीज होती है. बिकॉज देन इफ आई रिलेट इन माई रिलेशनशिप्स, आई विल डीप डूइंग विदाउट एक्सपेक्टेशंस एंड डिमांड्स. This will be a beautiful way of relating. Self-giving, you know. Yeah.
Surprisingly, I'm not very sad, Monica.
Beautiful.
I'm very very hopeful because वो काफी past में ऐसी life situations हो गई हैं कि now I'm okay with whatever comes, you know. So बस कभी-कभी वो बस एक थोड़ा motherly instinct आता है कि I'll not be there with him, वो वाली feeling आती है. But yes, again I feel okay, all in the highest good, so it's okay. So I'm not sad, I'm just sharing, but ठीक है. Yeah.
That's beautiful, and thank you for sharing that. I think that was really very powerful.
So here I'm reminded of something, the definition of dukh in different situations. So it's like 25 years ago, my daughter was just 2. So me and my husband and my daughter were traveling in a car on a highway and we met with an accident. मतलब बाल बचे, literally my husband's leg got totally the femur bone got fractured and बहुत मतलब हमारे लिए situation बहुत खराब थी. All 3 of us got injured and all. So first instinct हमारा था कि हम जिंदा हैं, तीनों बचे हैं. Okay, then we were taken to the hospital. तो वहाँ हमें धीरे धीरे समझ में आने लगा कि हाँ बच्चा भी ठीक है, मैं भी ठीक हूँ, हस्बैंड भी ठीक है, करा रहे हैं, परेशान है, दर्द है, चोटें लगी हैं, बट जिंदा है और सही सलामत है. अभी हमें कितनी जान की आफत थी. और आफ्टर सम टाइम, जैसे अगले दिन जब लगा कि हाँ थिंग्स विल फॉल इन प्लेस, सब हॉस्पिटलाइज हो गए हैं, थिंग्स विल टेक, डॉक्टर्स विल टेक केयर ऑफ इट, देन माय हस्बैंड इज आस्किंग, अच्छा वो गाड़ी में एक ब्रीफकेस था और मेरी चप्पल थी और कुछ चीजें, यू नो, बिलोंगिंग्स. मैंने, और देखो ये इतनी पुरानी बात है, 25 साल, माय डॉटर वाज जस्ट 2. और मैं वहीं पर मेरे दिमाग में ठनका कि कल तक लाइफ वाज सो इम्पोर्टेंट, हमें किसी चीज की, हमारी गाड़ी वाज लाइक दिस क्रैश्ड पूरा ट्री में, तो किसी चीज की परवाह नहीं है, हम बचे कि नहीं बचे, बच्चा ठीक है, हस्बैंड ठीक है, टांग ही टूटी है ना, कुछ नुकसान ऐसा नहीं हुआ, इतना थैंकफुल थे कि जान बची है. तो वेरी नेक्स्ट डे मेरे हस्बैंड कह रहे, वो एक मेरी चप्पल निकाल ली थी गाड़ी से, वो मेरा ऑफिस का ब्रीफकेस. और मुझे लगा कि देखो दिन दिन बीतता है और वो सीप इन करता है, और देन वी आर बैक टू द सेम थिंग कि सामान कहाँ है, चीजें कहाँ है. ये दुख, दो डिफरेंट situation was same but different days and different things happened. And one more time, a few years back, we also had a robbery in our house. So we were all locked outside, मतलब inside, बाहर से सब lock कर दिया था, and we were really scared. So we live in Ghaziabad, it's a very notorious area as it is, तो हम वैसे भी डरे रहते थे. So the day we realized कि ये तो अच्छा नहीं हुआ, anybody can just barge in, हम सो रहे हैं and we are just locked from the outside and they can do anything in the house. So then we had no option, we had to adopt a dog. And I had a phobia of dogs, terrible phobia. But stray dogs भी मुझे लगता था they are just coming towards me, they're going to bite me. कुत्ता was not at all. मतलब किसी के घर जाना, you have to tie your dog. लीश करो, कहीं बंद करो, then only I can come. So here was a situation where we were robbed and we were like really scared. दहशत जिसे कहते हैं, इतनी दहशत चोरों की थी that I said नहीं, I can have a dog, I will manage. मेरे लिए वो बहुत लाइफ चेंजिंग था वो चोरों का आना, बिकॉज मेरा एक बचपन का इंसिडेंट है विद अ डॉग जिसकी वजह से दैट फोबिया वाज देयर. एंड व्हेन दिस हैपेंड, तो जस्ट टू अवॉइड द चोरी की आगे से नहीं हो, एंड पीपल वुड नो दे हैव अ डॉग, एंड दे the words go around, they come to know कि they have a guard in the house. That day or I can handle any dog, any छोटा बड़ा any dog, and I am so much in love of dogs. मुझे ये पता ही नहीं था कि I could be a dog lover. I am immensely in love with dogs now. वो कैसे हुआ? I thank those thieves कि वो घर आए और उन्होंने चोरी की. They couldn't find anything, but yes, तो लाइफ चेंजिंग जब आप कहते हो कि लुक एट द अदर साइड सो दैट देयर इज अ कॉइन, हमने तो एक ही देखा वो दुख, बट उसी के पीछे यू जस्ट हैव टू टर्न इट अराउंड टू सी कि उसके पीछे लर्निंग है, मैसेज है, द नॉक ऑन द डोर. So that's how we need to, that is the knowledge that we have to keep and maintain always in all situations.
Beautiful. Yeah, beautiful. Thank you so much for sharing. Yeah. So anyone, Maya ji or Taru, at this, whatever we are discussing right now?
I'm just in the listening mode today. Maybe I'm just a little tired, so I'll take a break.
Okay, yeah. You know, दुख के पीछे कहीं ना कहीं अगर कोई भी चीज मुझे दुख दे रही है, मुझे दिखता है कहीं ना कहीं उसके पीछे मेरी सुख की डेफिनेशन भी है. अब फॉर एग्जाम्पल, अगर मुझे एक मे बी ब्रोकन रिलेशनशिप अगर मुझे दुख दे रही है, तो इसका मतलब मेरी सुख की डेफिनेशन क्या है? साथ रहना. So I think this also connects me with my own definitions. So I can look at my own definitions of what I have claimed as sukh. I claim that if I am in physically together with a person or living in the same house, so this definition I have bought into without questioning, that if this is there, then it is sukh. And why? Because Bollywood has shown me this, advertisements have shown me this, society has told me this, कि अगर ऐसे हो ना तो बड़ा अच्छा है, और अगर कुछ भी उसके अगेंस्ट हो जाता है तो क्योंकि वो उन definitions, it's not buying or in going in alignment with those definitions, I label it as dukh. And if I have the right attitude in life, not to just go by the labels and definitions and take it in stride, you know, जैसे आपने अपना accident वाला बताया, that so much was already safe, forget about the briefcase or the chappal, we were safe. So अगर हम किसी भी life situation को, if we have the right attitude and we do not take things for granted which have been given to us, I think they can be so engaging for our progression कि फिर दुख लगेगा नहीं, वो दुख नहीं लगेगा. फिर वो दुख भी, as you said, it turns the coin, वो दुख भी सुख का रूप ले लेता है. It gives you some learning or some progress in life. So then we can challenge then what is really dukh and what is sukh. When dukh can become sukh, when I take it in the right attitude, then I would not be fearing any challenge in my life. I would not be fearing any so-called accident or mishap in life. कहीं ना कहीं उसके पीछे कुछ ना कुछ छुपा ही होता है. जैसे गुरप्रीत जी भी बता रही थी that I am taking this whole happening of the wedding thing also in a different way, trying to take it in a different way. So that's really
very positive of her.
Yeah.
Because हम यही सोचते हैं कि हम अपनी आंखों से हर सुख देखें, हम विटनेस करें, बट मोर इम्पोर्टेंट इज वो दैट इज हैपनिंग, जो उनकी इच्छा है कि हाँ सुख. एक मदर के लिए सबसे बड़ी खुशी की बात है कि हाँ द चाइल्ड इज हैप्पी विद द स्टेप द चाइल्ड इज अबाउट टू टेक, कि शादी कर रहा है, तो उसके लिए वो इतनी खुशी की बात है, और तो मदर के लिए ऑटोमेटिकली खुशी की बात है. अब हाँ, अगर हम उसको सुख और दुख में डिफाइन करते हुए ऐसी शायद कि वो उनके सामने नहीं हो रहा है, the girl will have to fly to Canada to get married. But again वो फिर उसमें saving respite ये होता है कि wow, they get to get married eventually. So at least they get to get married and things are good. So we are lucky and we should be happy. So that's a nice take that she has taken. I'm really glad to hear that. It's difficult for a mother, no? It's
Yeah.
difficult for a mother.
मुझे लगता है, you know, it's also difficult because अब just look at our Bollywood. Look at all the movies we have seen growing up. वहां पे बस यही दिखाया गया बार बार कि एक माँ को तभी खुशी होती है जब वो अपने बच्चे की, आप देखो ना ये कहाँ से आ रहा है. If I had seen movies or I had been told by the society and growing up that what really means to be a good mother,
परंपरा.
हाँ, वो क्या पता वो सब कुछ डिफरेंट ही होता जो मैं सीख रही होती बचपन में, और बॉलीवुड में भी कुछ अलग ही दिखाया जा रहा होता. तो तब आई वुड नॉट रिलेट दैट आई वुड बी द हैप्पीएस्ट when I see in front of my eyes the child getting married. So where is this definition coming from? You know, I also need to challenge that कि अपना नहीं मान लेना है इस definition को. ये मुझे दी गई है ये definition that एक माँ का को तो सबसे बड़ी खुशी ही तब है जब वो बच्चे को देख ले. किसने कह दिया?
मतलब हमें अपनी definitions actually खुद बनानी.
खुद बनानी.
Please redefine.
Exactly.
Define your ambitions and goals. Yes, ma'am. Sure.
Monica ji, can I say something? When you were talking of right attitude, I think what comes to my mind is जो भी होता है जिंदगी में, whatever situation is coming, whether it is that robbery or an accident or a physical issue or even a mental imbalance, I think the main thing is primarily the acceptance primarily first of the situation कि हाँ ये this is what has happened, whether it is to somebody else or whether it is to me कि हाँ ये accident हुआ, ये robbery हुई, या मुझे ये I have to do a very very difficult task which I have been avoiding for very long. So that is, I think, the main thing initially is the acceptance of a particular situation, and then I feel that once we accept, then we can proceed to understand. So after acceptance, the understanding comes. But if you don't accept at all, you are fighting and you're losing all that energy, physical, mental, emotional, psychic, to कि ये क्यों हुआ? Why me? And in that why me, you can either get into a very angry mode or in a very pitiable state. But first is the acceptance. Accept it, understand it, dukh hai, sukh hai, jo bhi hai. So that's like, you know, it's like I'm always giving this example to everyone, like whether it is to the patients whom I do counseling with or even for myself. The sea waves, the crest and the trough, it comes and goes and comes and goes and comes and goes. So sometimes it is a very soothing, calm sea. Sometimes it is a very turbulent sea, which has its own beauty also. Sometimes it's a crashing sea. So, as I said, it's all easier said than done. But, you know, these images and the reminder that first is the acceptance and then is the understanding. That I think is what will facilitate us in the journey, you know, of coming, of kind of bridging this gap between the inner and the external. Thank you.
Beautiful. Thank you for sharing, Maya ji. Yeah. I think one thing which becomes clear again and again. Yeah, Gurpreet ji, please share.
Yeah.
Yes,
I
yes.
wanted to ask something, Monica.
Yes, yes. Yeah.
I was trying to understand my अपने बारे में ही कुछ. You know, just a thought that came into my mind was कि while I was growing up, the kind of conditioning or जो भी rearing थी मेरी, I was a typical वो वाला था, in spite of being given good education. But I think जैसे Indian context में होता है ना, जैसे when I spoke of wanting a loving family, I meant by extended family, you know, good father-in-law, mother-in-law, and all those, you know. एंड फिर उसके बाद बच्चे होंगे तो बच्चे मेरे साथ रहेंगे, दैट काइंड ऑफ थिंग. अभी शादी की भी बात हुई है तो आई हैव टू बी देयर. एंड बट वो जब हर एक बार I kept on reflecting कि वो चीज क्यों shatter हो रही है मेरी, पहले वो family वाली चीज, and then children leaving me, and children leaving me क्या, that was, you know, that was their destiny, it was not planned, वो होना था तो हो गया, and we never gave it a thought because we thought कि that would be very, me and my husband, we always thought this way, that would be very selfish on our end if we think कि उनको हम limit कर दें किसी तरह. So I took it that way when both of them went. And now when the शादी thing comes, so I always feel कि ये जो मैं सोच रही थी, आज सुबह ही मैं ये सोच रही थी, what is life trying or the divine universe is trying to pointer क्या है यहाँ पे, तो मुझे लगता है मैं बहुत limited self में operate कर रही थी, and this is not me, you know. Something in me wants to just, you know, want to fly, and you know, really wants to come out of the cocoon, you know, the butterfly part, you know. पता नहीं, something is happening inside. I can feel it कि I'm not this limited self जिससे ये society आपको bind कर देती है, you know. Because अभी भी it is so surprising. There are people around me who are like expecting me to cry a lot. कि oh, I would not be there, and wanting me to behave in a certain way. तो मुझे कभी-कभी ना मैं relate नहीं कर पाती उस चीज से, और मुझे लगता है oh my god, should I be doing this? You know, I get confused because they want me to do it. So this is very, very, I mean, this is very funny to me also at times, but I think this is what life is trying to teach me. You're not this limited self, you know, you need to look beyond actually. तो उससे ना ये वाली अंडरस्टैंडिंग से थोड़ा सा ना वो एक्चुअली वो जो दुख, ये दुख, यू आर राइट, यू नो, अगर ऐसे देखोगे ना, ओ माय बच्चा, आई कुडंट बी देयर एंड ऑल ऑफ दैट, तो वो तो हर घड़ी, हर मोमेंट, हर चीज के साथ आता है, ओ ये हो गया, वो हो गया टाइप्स, यू नो. You have to look in a different way, in a different light, I feel, yeah.
I think Gurpreet ji, it's so beautiful because I have seen you from the very beginning when you started to associate with us.
Yeah.
And I can see the butterfly very easily. You know, it's very, very obvious because I have seen you earlier also. And now I listen to your sharings. I see you talking more, sharing more. I think you are so right that you see this, butterfly wanting to take wings and now going out of the cocoon. It's so beautiful, this blossoming. And I'm so blessed to be able to witness that in front of my own eyes. So more power to you, and yeah, more grace to you. Yeah. I think होता क्या है ना, देखो अब जैसे imagine that I wished for a loving and supportive family, huh? And imagine that I get it. Just imagine, we have been given this idea of imagination, right? Imagine that I've got it. It would not be easy for me to get out of that role, owing to the fact that everything in my surrounding is now supporting that role very heavily. Loving support, loving, husband and everything. It is just a fantasy, but yet for a moment, just imagine. Yeah. So something in the universe is propelling almost you to not to get limited to a role, as you've already shared in your sharing. Something in the universe always propels us that you deserve better life than being limited to this particular role, either of a mother or a daughter-in-law or a daughter. Pick any role. We are first of all beings, human beings, and we have a purpose in this life. The purpose is not to get fixed into a role and to just give my life to that role. That's not the purpose. The purpose is something different. All the masters have hinted at that purpose. Yeah. So being stuck in a role, no one can be happy. We are free beings. The soul is free by nature. The nature of the soul is free. And in Savitri, one of few lines where Sri Aurobindo shares that the limitless bound with a limited body, the soul bound in the limited frame. So this has to be done. The limitless, which appears to be bound in the limited frame, has to be liberated right now, living in this limited frame. This is our task as human beings. So it's beautiful to notice that, yes, I am feeling this suffocation, and then to take actions to alleviate that suffocation. This is our task, and it's beautiful if one is able to see that in this life itself. Many a times lifetimes pass by and we continue to live in a suffocation. We think that is life. सब तो सफोकेट होते हैं, मैं भी हो रही हूँ, कौन सी बड़ी बात है. Yeah, so it's so beautiful, and thank you for sharing so honestly. So I will, in absence of anyone sharing, usually Taru shares, but I think Taru is occupied somewhere. Aaj. Acha, Taru is sharing something. Another thing that stuck me is how a lot of what I want is because I think the others around me have something, right? मतलब जो लोग अपने बेटे की शादी, for example, खुद attend कर पा रहे हैं, they are more happier than me, for example. So I also want similar things, and when I can't have that, it causes pain and sadness. Totally. Yeah, a lot of things I want were never mine anyways. Thank you for sharing that, Tarun. Yeah. So I will just share something. So we have this little book that I got, 100 Poems by Kabir, translated by Tagore ji, Rabindranath Tagore. So I have picked a few lines for that, and I'll also share for those of us who have joined us new. I will share it in the WhatsApp group. I have picked a few lines from that book to kind of reflect upon. Do not go to the garden of flowers. Oh friend, go not there. In your body is the garden of flowers. So I think this is very much in theme with what we are discussing today. And I would like each one of us, if you can share, take a pause and share your reflection on this.
This is by Kabir ji.
So this is by Kabir, but this is translated by Tagore ji, Rabindranath Tagore. Yeah.
So may I say something? Yeah. When it do not go to the garden of flowers, oh friend, go not there. In your body is the garden of flowers. So many for most of us, flowers epitomize beauty, fragrance, beauty, joy. So in my perception, what this is saying is that you don't have to always go outside to get this joy and peace and beauty. Everything is within you. Why is it limited only in your body? I don't know, but I feel it is the garden of flowers is all there within me, and maybe I am a microscopic picture of the whole macroscopic world. So everything is within me, and once you see that garden of flowers, there will not be any need of attraction to the outside garden of flowers.
Beautiful.
But I also feel that sometimes when we are not really up to it, or we are down, or we are distracted or depressed or whatever, I think when we go to this garden of flowers outside, they themselves are so, a garden is nature, and that itself is so rejuvenating. So that vibration also enters. So I think we must remind ourselves to go to the garden of flowers outside when we are not getting in touch inside, or to come out of something, like whether it is music or the nature. But in a sense, everything is there within you, and you only need to discover it yourself within you. And again, that is a lifetime journey.
Beautiful, beautiful. Yes.
Thank you.
Beautiful. Anyone else?
I think Mayaji has said and put the explanation just correctly. Whatever I was thinking, she had just spoken the same words, so I would just second her on that.
Yeah.
I'm also thinking of something else. What's running in my mind? It's like if we see flowers or any shrub or any plant, it needs nurturance. So at some point of time, we may only see a few flowers within us, but maybe with the right nurturance, the right patience, attitude, cultivation of calmness and peace, this garden within us can bloom. So water that nature of yours with the right soil, and here I would think the right soil of all what we read, the correct things, the values that we positive values that we practice. In fact, all of us are getting all that injections now, the COVID injections. And I said the other thing we need to inject ourselves is the reality of that we have to be valuing life now, because we have misused so much the nature and animals and all that. So let's learn to inject ourselves with compassion and valuing even whatever is outside, apart from being protected from the COVID. So let's nurture these flowers within ourselves, and maybe they are very wee tiny bit, but slowly they will grow.
Beautiful. Yeah.
Thank you.
I think here one thing that you mentioned. Yeah, Taru, please share. Please share. Yeah.
No, you want to first just say what you were saying? I'll share after that. That's fine.
Please share. Taru, continue. Yeah.
Okay. So, what I don't know what it said to me is like basically we go to a garden and there are different things in a garden, right? There's like a rose which looks beautiful, but if you try to approach it, it has thorns. There's a lotus again, which is growing in the mud. There are trees which are, like bent forever because the direction of the wind is so much. While there are other trees which have fallen down who didn't know how to bend. So basically, we go out looking for things, right? But what I felt Kabirji was saying is that everything is inside you. So instead of looking outside, like mother said, right? Like she never went for entertainment anywhere, because when she was looking at her own inner movements, she saw all the ups and downs and movements, and that was entertaining enough. Like when I go out, and by garden, it could mean anything, right? Like anything outside of me looking for things, that those things, that flower will give me fragrance. That tree will give me shade. But everything I have in myself only. If I'm looking for entertainment, I look at my inner thought, I'm entertained. If I'm looking for love, I have so much love for myself, I have love. So like nothing is outside, everything is inside you, the beauty and the thorns and everything. So there's no point, because outside you will just keep feeling they're giving you something, but everything is temporary. But if you connect within, if the thing reverses, then there is, I don't know, more beauty or more kind of, like solidity in what you see. Yeah, thank you.
Beautiful. Thank you for sharing, Taru. Yes, Mayaji. Yeah.
Also, what comes to me is that in a garden, just carrying ahead with what Taruji said. In a garden, we sometimes see very beautiful flowers, and sometimes we see very wilted flowers, and sometimes very not so pleasing colors and, something which is fallen, but it is there, and it is, a kind of a reflection that all these things are there, whether it is a crooked branch or a crooked shrub, or a very strong, tall, sturdy, majestic tree. All this is there, and that is, all of that goes to make the garden. So in us also, there's everything. There's the good side, the bad side, the not so good side, not the bad side. And I think all of us, it makes us, and we have to learn how to uh, take the right, seed, the flower, and see which one to nurture. I think that is something else that came to me.
Beautiful. Yeah. Gurpreet ji, would you like to share anything at this?
No, most of it is said, Monica. So I think, yeah.
So you said most of it is said already, but maybe a little bit you want to share?
No, the first thing that just came into my mind is that look within. That is what is always indicated, always. And as Taru was sharing, and as Mother and Sri Aurobindo, all his teachings say, the inner movements, basically it's we need a very keen eye to look at our own inner movements. And surprisingly, when we start looking at our own selves, we can see our good and the bad. And it is so amusing. Really, it's very, very beautiful, I feel. So this is the real thing. When we go out, we don't need to look outside, as most of us, I mean, still now, all of us are doing that. We generally have a tendency to look out amongst others. We see good or bad things amongst others, but everything is inside us. If you see that, I mean, everything is happening inside. The whole world is inside, actually. For me, I feel that way. Yeah.
Beautiful. Yeah, I think Maya ji also touched upon that, the macrocosm and the microcosm. Yeah. Yeah. Bilkul.
Also, what I was, another thing that's coming into my mind is
Yeah.
that, different seasons when they come, summer, autumn, spring, all that brings about a different colors of flowers and different things, right? And likewise, even we have different seasons in our life, and they may bring different kinds of shades in us and different kind of colors in us, and not to get affected by it, but to look at it and see that, from the one season the other season will come. It never stops. So after the dark there is light, and the moon comes, and then the sun comes. So to appreciate everything. But as I said, it's a lifelong journey. It's a constant endeavor. All this is, easier said than done, but these are thoughts, and it's good that thoughts come, because then we reflect upon them and remind ourselves that this is what we need to do.
So Maya ji, one thing which I would like to reflect upon here, since you are saying that it's a lifetime of a process, and I completely agree. But for me, what matters is this moment that I live right now. Right now, as I was sharing earlier also, I think which session, I don't remember, that in this moment I can either be Kabir or something else. In this moment I can either have peace or my ego. So again, yes, it is, if we look at the longer aspect of time, totally with you that it is a lifetime of a process. But we only go moment to moment, because we don't even know the rest of the life I have or not. So I think that takes the burden off my shoulder of the whole process of life. Because right now, if I'm able to live peacefully in this moment, in the right attitude, taking everything, as you were saying, accepting first whatever life is throwing at me, and then finding the beauty in that challenge, having the lotus in that dirty challenge. So I think my task is there, and I feel, Kabir has often used this term sahaj, सहजे हीरा नीपजे. He says मैंने सहज पाया, effortlessly पाया. So I think that has always attracted me, this सहज bhav of Kabir. How easy he makes it sound, effortless. तो मुझे लगता है कि जहां भी मैं बहुत ज्यादा एफर्ट करने लग जाती हूँ ना, there I lose my essence, as if I go away from that. Although I can never lose my essence, but it seems that I have gotten too far. So that really calls me again and again back to the moment, sahaj, sahaj, easy. So nothing is to be made into a very big or huge deal. And one by one, each moment, if I am able to take care of, many moments I may slip, that is okay. But even those moments which I am able to live fully, enjoying the richness as you were sharing of each season, I think that is the play of duality. That is why the duality is there. The duality of the tongue and the jalebi, that is why I am able to enjoy the jalebi, because there is duality. There is something called as tongue, which is not jalebi, and then there is something which is jalebi, which is not the tongue. So this beauty of duality. But what we have done is we have actually abused duality. Say, for example, the tongue says, I will be only happy when I have jalebi. So this is the abuse of jalebi, or of relationships, or of, as you were saying, the consumerism that we have entered into. So I think more of us have to tap into this inner fullness, so that now when I taste the jalebi, I taste it as a prasad from life and enjoy the play of Leela rather than getting consumed by the jalebi. So that is what was coming to me. I think rest of the points you all have shared so beautifully, at this, that and also why I think one thing that you were sharing is why within, why this focus on within, as if it is tied to the body. I also reflect upon that, and I feel that almost imagine that there is space. Now I cannot say that a house has space, because when a tsunami comes and takes the house away, all that is remaining is space. So the reality is that the space has the house. So imagine my own body as the house, and the true essence or the awareness or the consciousness as the space. So it is not that the space is trapped in the body, not like that. It's as if the awareness has the body. Now a tsunami would come and take the body away, but the awareness doesn't go away. The consciousness doesn't go away anywhere. I think that would be the essence. What in Gita, he says, Krishna says that I am never born, the Atma or the self, the true self, is never born, never dies. So the space is untouched by the tsunami. A death has happened, but the consciousness is untouched by that death. So I think more of us have to be, I think we have to become more and more as if taking a stance as that space or consciousness and living as that. And then we will be more, I feel personally, again, reflecting on my personal experiences, then it helps me to bridge this gap of this inner and outer. How would I act in this situation if I have nothing to lose? Because a space does not have anything to lose, even when the house is gone by the tsunami. So how would I behave in this situation? Maybe something really traumatic has happened. How would I act if I am that consciousness which is forever untouched? Knowing that, this thing that do not go to the garden of flowers, friend, do not go there. In your body is the garden of flower. Why this significance of the body also? Because we live as bodies. We live as the body. So कबीर अब किसको बात करेंगे? बॉडी से ही तो बात करेंगे. अब ये थोड़ी ना बोलेंगे अरे आत्मा, because we don't live as atmas, we live as the body. So he would have to address the body, owing to the fact that we ordinary human beings are obsessed by identifying ourselves as the body. The roti, kapda and makan race that we are in usually most of the lifetime. And that is why I feel that he is hinting at, in your body is the garden of flowers. क्योंकि मैं क्या करती हूँ, मैं ये देखती हूँ कि मैं अपने में बहुत इनकम्प्लीट हूँ, कुछ ना कुछ चलता रहता है that makes me feel unworthy or incomplete. So I always want to go outside the body, either to a person, relationship, situation, family, money, so that that can fulfill me. So I think that is where the concept of using the body here would come. But not to say that the Atma is tied to the body. The Atma is untouched by the body. You know, it's like space is untouched by the house that is there in the space. Yeah, please share if anything there. और दूसरा ये भी लगता है ना हमें, मतलब वही आई थिंक बात कर ही चुके हैं इस चीज पे, हमें लगता है कि कुछ मिल जाने वाला है, क्योंकि वी एज यू वर सेइंग कि बाहर जाते हैं, बाहर की तरफ जाते हैं और मिलता भी है, ऐसा नहीं है. whenever we get close to nature, whenever we are feeling low, as you said in the beginning, you know, something, some communion happens, and as if the outside or the sunset or the sunrise or whatever I saw, you know, the beauty of the flowers, that something connected within me and it uplifted me immediately, and that tells me that I am not separate from the rest of nature. You know, that tells me that we are all one in a sense. Just this limit of the body is not the, you know, the total separation, that it is, you know, veiling as if I am separate and the other person is separate. If the other person is in a bad mood, it does affect me. You know, if the other person is angry, I cannot remain unaffected. It is not a possibility. Why? Because we are all one in a sense, and that is the beauty, that when we go in nature, as you were sharing, we get affected. You know, and that is why satsangat is able to affect me, because it's all a continuation, irrespective of the veil of the body that appears to be separate. Yeah? I think that also connects us with, I'll just stop after this remark, quantum physics. You know, if we, for example, this is the borderline, this is the boundary of this speaker. Now, if you go closer and do an analysis, even going by quantum physics, they say that electron or protons, even the subatomic particles, are at times waves, at times particles. So they behave as if hanging in the mid-air. So this that appears to be so solid is actually made of things which are themselves not solid. So that again brings us to the illusion of having this solid body, that what this body that appears to be so solid and as if it is ending there, is it really ending here? Because this is also made of those wave like, you know, subatomic particles which are hanging in mid-air, which are neither particle nor wave, at times wave, at times particle. So what is it truly? Can I really call it real? You know, which appears so real when I touch it. So yeah, I think I'll stop at that. So if there are any concluding remarks or comments or reflections, please share, and then we end the session.
So I would request you, Monica, to just let's go back to the doha that you shared, कबीरा कलह अरु कल्पना. जैसे स्कूल में एक संक्षिप्त में हम इसको एक व्याख्या करते थे. Could you just sum it up in your words so that I just register it and take it back?
So कबीरा कलह अरु कल्पना सत संगत से जाए. So anything that bothers us, anything that weighs heavy on me, and that is why I want to shoo it away. If it was not heavy, I would not want to shoo it away. So kalaha or kalpana, any vicious loop of thinking that is weighing heavy on me, now that I want to shoo it away or get it dissolved, kaise jayegi? Satsangat se. What is satsangat? That tells you that that which is weighing heavily down upon you need not be there. You would not get anything from there. There is nothing that it can add on to you. क्योंकि हम सोचते क्यों हैं किसी भी चीज या इंसान के बारे में? क्योंकि हमें लगता है अगर मैं सोचूंगा तो कुछ एक्शन निकलेगा या कुछ सोल्यूशन मिल जाएगा जिससे I will be at peace. So ultimately it's a hankering of peace only. He is saying that go close to satsangat, that satsangat which can tell you that no matter how attractive the burden it may appear, it can never give you anything. It will not bring you peace. The resolution of dots will not bring you peace. दुख बासे भागे फिरा, दुख क्यों है? क्योंकि बर्डन है. दुख इसलिए है क्योंकि बर्डन है. बिना बर्डन के हम ठीक होते हैं. We are okay. We are all right. We are सहज. But whenever a burden weighs down heavily on me, I say that as dukh. I don't want it. Yeah. Why I don't want is this? Because that is not my सहज स्वभाव, which Kabir talks of. It is not your true nature to be heavy. And that is why we don't like heaviness. Either the tummy is heavy, we don't like it, we don't appreciate it, or the mind or the heart is heavy, we don't really appreciate it. Yeah. Sukh mein raha samay. Sukh is the recognition of my true essence. That which I truly am, this okay feeling, it can neither get accentuated by adding on some material on my head, or nor can be taken away from me. It is my true essence. So I would just shortly sum it up like that. Sukh mein raha samay. And sukh can also be taken as anything that I take in a right attitude. Sukh is that. And as you were already beautifully sharing in the beginning, that even so-called dukh has come to my life. If I take it as a measure of my growth and progress, it will turn out to be sukh ultimately. It will grow me, expand me, widen me. That would be sukh. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much.
Thank you. Yeah. Okay, so I think in absence of anything else, then call it a day. I would like to call it a day then. And thank you for joining, everyone. Thank you, Maya ji, Kumla, and Uppi, Gurpreet ji.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
so
Thank
much,
you,
Monica.
Ji. Thank you.
Thank you.
It was
Bye.
wonderful.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.